Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft video. So today we're going to do something different than our little tips and tricks videos we've done in the past and do a little base tour. I'm going to start right here with our iron golem farm. And one of the main concerns when building this was I wanted an odd number. And as we scroll across here, you'll see that I actually made this platform 19 by 19. I think the typical design for Xbox is 16 by 16. And then this is a 2x2 hole they drop in. My whole base, when planning it from the beginning, was to be built on a odd number. And this is the chamber where they fall down. Their items come across here. And the poppies and iron go in there. And then the poppies are sorted out, burned. And the iron is collected down below in my storage room. So we missed the firing of this, but this is my pumpkin and melon farm. It's a design by Il Mango. I happen to make mine about 4 times bigger than what he did. We can kind of see some items coming through here now. So we got our melons here, pumpkins here, and then we also have a wheat farm and a carrot farm, which we'll be taking a look at later. And that was for a potato farm that hasn't been built yet. This is kind of just a trash can for the farm. They get destroyed on that cactus block right there. Anyway, if we look over here, got a bunch of storage chests. These on this side are for all the different farms, which I filter 3 of the 4 items into my villager trading hall, and then these chests here for the slime farm that I have. So when I was first laying down the groundwork, I wanted to build this farm around a slime farm, which we'll take a look at in a little while. This is just kind of showing you where everything goes. I'm really low on wheat. Dang, that's my best farm actually down there. Some items are coming through though. Anyway, this villager trading hall, I went ahead and supplied it with the carrots, wheat, and pumpkins, so they were at an easy, accessible location to do all my trading rather than have to go back and forth from chests. As I was saying, I wanted to build that slime farm as kind of a center point. I always thought it'd be cool to come down in the base and look out, and no matter where you were at, you could kind of just check the slimes dying or watch them die. Excuse me. I think every world I've ever played on, that's one of the first farms I build, an iron farm, and then I build a slime farm. I don't really use the slime blocks all that much, but I do a lot of work with redstone, so sticky pistons are a must. And this is the main entrance to the base, this little pyramid design here I came up with actually while watching Exuma play his modded hermit pack. And then there's our charged creeper farm, which was my previous video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on YouTube, it's pretty neat. And then we lit this place up all the way around us, so that no mobs would spawn while I'm AFKing. So here's our little slime block elevator. I wanted a quick drop into my base and then something that was easy to get out of. So we kind of had to go around and find a good design that would work, and finally found one that worked, and then built this pyramid around it. So we'll check that out in a redstone testing world of how I actually came up with design and laid it all out. And then there's some of the mob heads from the charged creeper farm. And some basic storage. This is where the iron drops. Got quite a bit of drops. We do a lot of AFKing on this world. Then as you can see, I really like to build with nether brick, red nether brick, magma blocks. And there's some nether wart in here, but it's hidden. And there's all the slime balls and slime blocks we have from our farm. Let's jump over to the redstone testing world real quick and check out the pyramid design. Kind of show you how I do all my figuring for everything. Like I said, we were watching Exuma play, and he built one of his main bases in the desert with this little Mayan style pyramid, and I thought that would be kind of cool. I thought it would look really cool with the nether brick, and then some lava and some fire. So we went ahead and I thought it'd be neat to have the slime block elevator come up right in the middle of it. So we laid down some groundwork right here. Excuse me. We didn't build the slime block elevator exactly to where it was, but I knew the point of where it stopped at the top of the dirt. That's kind of what that nether brick pillar out was there. And then we built up a couple more layers and laid out this pyramid to see how it actually worked. And see if we could get it to where if we came up our slime block elevator, bam, we landed on the top. This is my newest testing world, just to kind of I was figuring out spawning and stuff in here, and this is kind of an exact replica of one of my doors that we'll be going through later. And I kind of close off to my mind. The base itself is supposed to kind of look dark, and there was a lot of light shining through there, so we closed that off. But this is where I do a lot of my figuring now. We'll hop into this other testing world I have and kind of show you some of the other things I came up with. It's got the pumpkin farm, the iron golem farm. It's got the carrot farm right here that we'll show you here in the next clip. And this guy stands right here, and when he walks away, he'll that piece of dirt right there's got a sticky piston. He'll trigger those tripwires, and it'll pop that carrot off. And it'll make it to no matter where he's at, he'll always want to come around and throw carrots to that guy, unless he's not hungry. And then this is the underside of our wheat farm that you can't see inside our world, and how I laid out all the tracks to get the minecart to go around. So here's the iron golem farm. I think I started with a 21 by 21 area and it didn't work. So we laid out this 19 by 19, threw some villagers in it. Went AFK overnight. Came around here to see that we actually had some drops, so I knew it would work. And then we built it. Oh yeah, here's the pumpkin farm. So here's the pumpkin and melon farm. I like to build everything on creative to make sure they work before I just go and lay down the foundations in survival. Makes it a lot easier when you're trying to take things that are made on PC, redstone wise, and put them on an Xbox. Man, here's the villager trading hall that we'll be showing you. Built by Tango and Impulse. Works pretty well except for our vanishing redstone torches. I don't know if that's an issue with chunk loading or chunk borders or not. It's kind of neat to go back through an old world and check out things like this right here. This was going to be a secret drop or something as you walk in, and then the ghast, you can see the block swapper, it goes aggro, so to speak, on you, and you drop down in its mouth. It's kind of neat. Here's some pixel art. Can anybody guess where these two figures are from? One of my favorite games there. Final Fantasy VI. Tara Bradford and Locke Cole. So now we'll jump back on and we'll start taking you through the rest of the base. Excuse me. There's the seed if you guys want to ever load up this world and play on it. It's a very good seed. You spawn in a savanna. You have an ice spike directly to your east and turn around to the northwest and there's northeast, and there's a mesa there. So here's what I wanted my center point of my base to be, is this slime farm. No matter where you're standing down here in my base, you can always look in and see slimes jumping around and falling down and dying. At one point this was diorite, and I just recently changed it out to that, which I think looks a lot cooler. Then the items come up through this item elevator, go up here, go to the other item elevator, go through a bunch of storage chests, and then get dispersed into the 4 little chests I have for them. Here's where the redstone torch and redstone dust keep disappearing. I don't know why some do and some don't. This torch is missing as well. So here's that auto wheat farm we were just showing you. At least the track underlying. So you watch, this guy will come and harvest this, and then a minecart will come around, pick all that stuff up, land here, disperse the wheat and seeds, at which I have an item filter to filter out the seeds to be destroyed. And then the wheat will come up here. We also have this automatic carrot farm, which isn't working right now. I started building it here. The villager was interacting with that one and wouldn't harvest any of the carrots, so I moved it over to here. And I think that guy standing up high has got some carrots on him, so that's why everything in here is grown. And we're doing some testing, and as you can see, there's only 43 carrots. That's that piston that moves, and the carrot pops up, so he comes back to that. And those are just the carrots that get collected that happen to fall into the hopper. And this right here is just a trash can while I was digging this all out. You can kind of... I covered it up, but... I don't need any more stone or cobblestone. I have so much of it now. I was just getting rid of it, gravel and the such. This is a little AFK fish farm where I started at, collecting slime balls and collecting name tags for the charged creeper farm. I think I actually broke some redstone in it, so we don't really use it much anymore. And this is just a maintenance hole, just to get in and out easier for me. This is our villager trading hall, which is a design by Tango and Impulse. And here's where our carrots come down, our wheat, and our pumpkins. We do all our trading with this guy right here who's got an 8 pumpkin trade and a 7 melon trade. And that's where we get all our emeralds from. So, we got these emeralds here, and this sign, these signs above these guys tell you what books they have for trading and how many emeralds. Anyway, that other guy's yielded all 2.5 stacks emeralds there, 18 stacks there, and a couple stacks of full blocks there. Those are just our building blocks, more or less, wood, stone bricks, and the such. And here, eventually, we are going to make a mine. And this is where all your items would be dumped. And then this side will be strictly for ores. I haven't sorted it out. I'm collecting ores now, but I haven't been mining in a long time. So, here's that door that I showed you in the first testing world. I built a replica of it and then made this double piston extender with sticky pistons just to kind of close it up. The light that was coming through here was kind of annoying. And then we built us a villager breeder right here to get our villagers for our trading hall. They come through this channel here that you can barely make out. Go around the corner, through a channel all the way over there, up, and then around and down into the villager trading hall. And then we can sort through what we like, what we don't like, and then send them off to Emerald City. So then up here is where we have our detector villager, or our fake village, in this ravine here that we've lit up. And these are our early mining tunnels, and eventually we're going to turn this all into a mine, have a nice little outpost, and then this chain of hoppers right here leads into those chests that I was showing you excuse me, earlier with the ores and such in them. So all in all, I think the base has turned out pretty good. We're pretty much done doing the interior. We still have some farms. As you notice, the name of it's farming. So we'll get back to building sugarcane farms. This is an auto smelter designed by Iskall85. I built almost an exact replica. You hit that button after putting your items in that chest. They come in here, they go around all these furnaces, it comes and hits this detector, and if that detects that the cart still has blocks on it, it'll actually switch the rail right here, and then your chest, or your minecart chest will go off, either back to the furnaces or up that tunnel there. And then this redstone signal, as it passes the detector rail, sends a signal there, which pushes another cart out across this rail, dispensing coal into each one of these furnaces, which we're going to have to go mining for coal soon. Anyway, it'll hit this rail across here. If there's no items, it'll come up here, go around, and drop back down through this little hole, which I don't think you guys can actually see, and land in the spot here. So one little tip, if you have a minecart going at full speed across a hopper, across a furnace, it will dispense items evenly one at a time into the furnaces. Here we're just kind of showing you the different floor designs we've come up with in the texturize, and here's a play with smoke particles from fire. So to make it spawn proof we had to put lighting, but I like to do some hidden lighting so you don't really see it. So here we got some sea lanterns, and then in front of all these chests we did the fire. In the trading hall we did all the fire. I think in the smelter area we have sea lanterns as well, and then we did the solid glass down to bedrock, heading out to the villager trading. And then I don't like exposed crafting benches, so I do a little block swapper / hidden crafting bench in the floor. And that's a work chest. It's full of stuff that's got to be emptied out. This is my little AFK area / sleeping room / armory, respawn room, whatever you want to call it. We can shut it. AFK right here. Try to get charged creepers. If we die, we can come in here and try to grab some new gear, some new armor, maybe an elytra, and go back at whatever we were doing. Eventually, this will have full set of gear. Make it easier when you die somewhere, like in the end, and trying to go back and fight the Ender Dragon as well as getting your stuff. Which I've done a lot recently with the newest update. As you saw, I had 4 elytras, plus 1 on me, plus I've given 1 away to one friend, another one to a different friend. We just constantly reset our end and keep collecting. It's a great source of loot. So anyway, we're heading out to... We're going to kind of show you the area where I've been mining for all my nether brick. So that whole pedestal right here, it goes underneath there. We've dug all that out, and then some. At one point we had a makeshift farm above the base with nether wart to make all the red nether brick and nether wart blocks that we've used. And we slabbed up this whole nether fortress to kind of make us a wither farm. Just a manual one, nothing automatic. We got a lot of slabbing to do yet, but then we set up this little brewing station in case there's no potions in here. You grab yourself a bucket of water, throw it in the cauldron here, fill up your 3 bottles, throw them into the brewing stand with nether wart, and throw your other items in here in order. It'll brew up the potions while you go out here and take out whatever you need to take out. As you can see, it's nothing special. We got a couple wither skeletons, a few blazes, magma cube. Then we glassed it all in. Excuse me. Because we're having a problem with those guys right there blasting us while we're trying to use this farm. And now they can't see us. Oh look, I turn around, there's 2 more wither skeletons. No skulls, but it was worth a shot. So these are those crossroads if you've ever watched a tutorial on how to get wither skeletons. Come on, guy, you're messing up my video. Anyway, I have a 3rd one here. Sorry. But I decided just to make 2 of them. I had 3 crossroads in a row, but we just went 2 wide here. But to make it a little more efficient, we're going to have to do a lot of slabbing. To the right there's another nether fortress. That's about all for what I've done as far as the base and in the nether. We're going to go ahead and give you a little sneak peek of the project coming up we've been working on. So what we're building is we're going to build us a guardian farm. I do like the sea lanterns, and I do like to build with prismarine. This world I've decided to build with a lot of nether brick. So we'll see if we'll even use the prismarine, but the sea lanterns I use a lot of. They're one of my favorite light sources. So we're going to go back, probably cut real quick, go over to the ocean monument and just kind of show you where it is right now. So we've actually explored 3 ocean monuments total so far. One I completely destroyed, one I just went in looking for sponges, and the one we're actually working on has no sponge rooms. So it's a good thing we explored the other 2 to get to this point. So here we are in the ocean monument. This is it, completely gutted. I still got a ring of blocks up there with those sea lanterns to get out, but if you've never seen one completely gutted and completely drained, this has all the chambers gone, all the Elder Guardians defeated, and all the water drained. This is what it looks like. Let's turn on some night vision, get a better idea of what it looks like. So our plan here is we're going to build a farm. I've seen a few bases or a few different videos from people that completely gut one of these out, completely destroy the monument itself, turn it into a farm. And then I was watching XB Crafted, his Hermitcraft Series 3, and he actually lived in one. And when the update came out on the consoles, I did the same thing, decided I wanted to live in one. And just kind of taking you outside to show you the monument itself. I think the structure itself as a generated structure is pretty cool, so I want to keep that intact. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to turn this whole thing into glass. It's going to be quite an extensive project in its own right. Anyway, as I was saying, I lived in one, completely gutted it out, turned it into my home, and that was on the old Xbox 360. Ported my world over here because I didn't want to start over, expanded the world, and the one thing I didn't have was the ice spike biome, and I did want all the biomes. So we ended up starting a whole new world, and basically I'm not going to destroy this monument and build a farm out of it. I'm going to keep the structure and turn it into a farm itself. One you can kind of look in as you're coming through, and I don't know. We'll see what it turns out or what it looks like when it's done. So we're going to change the prismarine for light blue glass, the prismarine bricks for cyan stained glass, and then we're going to use blue glass to put a border around the ocean and drain the entire block or water sources around the ocean monument itself. So I'm not going to use too much blue glass in this, but for the little bit of dark prismarine on the front, we are going to use that. So now this is going to be a long process, but I think it's going to turn out cool when it's done. There's a sneak peek of our next project. It's going to be kind of a long process. We're going to try to do weekly videos. That one might have to be a 2-parter. So anyway, if you liked the video, leave a like. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys.